in this game.
No outs? How was that possible?
They hit until they get on base.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Let me ask you something. I mean, how do you even know who's winning?
In this league, we don't keep score. Every game ends in a tie.
Oh, God. Well, that is today's reality, like it or not. But now one school is stopping the coddling of kids in the playground. And guess what? They are actually excelling. Is it time to do the same right here in the good old USA? No rules during recess. A school down under is doing it. Now bullying is down and concentration is up. Would it work here? Well, did you hear about this? A school in New Zealand giving up the idea of coddling kids and keeping them in some kind of security blanket, cutting out all those strict rules against tough games, and finding out that there's actually less bullying when adults stop fretting. And the kids are also concentrating better in the classroom. Sabrina, you say, bring it here.
I'm so happy to hear this. IWF has a whole project, the Culture of Alarmism project, devoted to pushing back on this kind of excessive worrying, right, and to try to stop bubble wrapping our children. Look, the fact is that we know that if kids who are not allowed to take risks or be adventurous, they turn out to be dependent adults. And what's more, the playgrounds here in America, they're contributing to the obesity problem. They are so safe, kids aren't even getting any exercise. So I say definitely bring it over here.
Well, my grandma said you have to eat a pound of dirt before you're 5. That prevents all the problems later on in life. What do you think?
Very wholesome, but let me tell you a sad story. Last year, a 12-year-old was shoved a little too hard in a suburban Pennsylvania schoolyard, and he banged his head, went into a coma, and died. So my question is, do we really want recess to be totally unsupervised? Do we want to turn every playground into a set from Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, but Steve, we've experimented with bubble wrapping, as Sabrina said. I love that image, bubble wrapping our kids, and that hasn't worked out too well, has it?
No, it hasn't. When I grew up, they had something called recess, where for 15, 20 minutes later in the morning, you could go out, play handball, you could play basketball, you could play with things called seesaws, jungle gyms, swings. You got the steam out, and it worked. And I broke my arm once. Big deal. It's part of growing up.
Sometimes, Rich, sometimes you get I think of that movie, A Christmas Story, you know, where the kid sticks his tongue to the pole. I think I teased you about that last week. I mean, sometimes bad stuff happens in these situations, but that's part of life, part of growing up.
Yeah, we used to throw buckets of water down gopher holes, and then the wet gopher would come up and we'd chase them all around the playground. So that was, we did it even without seesaws.
John, is this a good idea or not, letting the kids run wild?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think I was bullying someone once in the 2nd grade, and I got pushed and broke my nose. And the thing is that kids go through those stages. They're bullying. No amount of supervision is going to change it. But ultimately, kids grow up, and they'll grow out of this. Leave kids alone. Let them have fun.
Emac, you were bullied from the time you were born, weren't you?
Yeah, you know, stop the bullying. I'm against it. You know, yeah, there was a lot of bullying going on, but you go up and you punch the kid right back in the nose. Listen, I grew up with where the playground was a parking lot at our elementary school, and up the street they played with lawn darts at night where the adults were drinking vodka tonics. So this is a real message for the school monitor-in-chief in the White House that the benefits of risk-taking does develop the children. So the playground rule book and the government also has to stop with what's going on with the U.S. economy.
All right. Coming